You know a lot of your time and money goes into providing your crops with adequate nutrients, so they need to deliver the yields that you want. But you may be throwing away a lot more than you know with conventional fertilizers. That's why SFP developed AVAIL Phosphorus Enhancer for your phosphorus fertilizer, an innovative product that allows you to maximize every phosphate fertilizer pound you invest and can also help improve your return on investment in most farming operations.
The initial introduction came through Carr's Fertilisers, that they mentioned they've got this new product that they would like us to try out to see how well it performed, but also just to put it into a field scale environment, just to do a comparison against some of our traditional fertiliser applications, just to see how well it's performed. I was interested anyway because this could potentially be a better use of the nutrients that we're applying. In other words, again along this sustainable viewpoint, that we're making better use of the materials and resources and potentially causing less pollution as well. So our initial trials that went in, we saw initially looking at the growth of plants, even though between parts of the field there didn't look to be much variation in actual the leaf structure, the root structure was considerably different. And what we found where we had used AVAIL was that the roots themselves were considerably more longer roots, potentially able to draw up more nutrients, potentially able to stand better as well, give us better resistance to the crop lodging. When we came through to our first harvest of that trial, we found a good yield increase as well. Now the crop we were looking at was wheat, it was winter wheat, and it was a substantial increase, sort of ½ a tonne plus per hectare more, depending on which field we looked at. Which, when you compare that to the initial purchase cost of the fertiliser, was a good added benefit to us.
Research has shown that 75 to 95% of phosphorus fertilizer is tied up or fixed in the soil. Certain chemical elements in the soil interfere with phosphate's ability to be absorbed by the plant. By minimizing the adverse effect of these elements on phosphorus fertilizer at the microenvironment level, AVAIL technology surrounds phosphorus in a water-soluble shield, blocking other chemical elements, increasing the potential for more phosphorus to be taken up by the plant's root systems.
We had the trial done, and all through the growing season the AVAIL treated plants were much more healthier, much more vigorous, and in July we did root ball tests. We measured visually, just looked at root balls from AVAIL treated and non-AVAIL treated plants, and I would say the AVAIL treated plants had about a 25% better root system. And then Bill Petrie from Carr's did detailed harvest trials, and we deduced that there was about a 3 tonne a hectare increased yield, which is very significant on a high value crop like Brussels sprouts.
Nitrogen fertilizer is a key component to any successful nutrient management program. However, as much as 50% of that nitrogen fertilizer you apply each season is lost due to volatilization and leaching. NutriSphere-N, the latest technology from United States-based SFP, manages the soil microenvironment around the nitrogen, keeping more nitrogen in its ammonium form before it gets converted to nitrates. NutriSphere-N selectively inhibits unwanted chemical reactions without harming the bacterial spectrum of your soil. That means less leaching, less volatilization, and more available nitrogen to aid development, growth, and yield potential. Whether you apply fertilizer in the autumn, in the spring, or both, no matter what you grow, no matter where you grow, plain and simple, AVAIL and NutriSphere-N can improve your yield potential by improving nutrient availability. Contact Carr's Fertilizers on 01228 554610 or visit cars-fertilizer.co.uk.